Hey guys, welcome back to Fashion Meets History with Domii. I am quite a lot of it late, but I was quite literally getting myself together from, as you know, all the things that are happening in the world. So I am going to talk about the Super Bowl and particularly Samuel L. Jackson playing Uncle Sam at the Super Bowl and how it relates to the story of Black history and Black fashion. So right off the bat, two facts. Number one, a couple months ago, I did a fashion fact about how Uncle Sam, the original Uncle Sam, came to be. And it started with a story with the U.S. Army and the War of 1812 and a meat packing supplier that supplied food to the Union Army who went by the name of Sam, and the soldiers called him Uncle Sam, and then it spiraled into the nationwide symbol for America that it is today. That's fact number one. Fact number two is that Samuel L. Jackson's portrayal of Uncle Sam, in my opinion, and probably the opinion of others, I'm not the smartest person on the planet, so I'm sure I'm not the only person to make this connection. But nevertheless, in my opinion, Samuel Jackson's portrayal of Uncle Sam sparks the issue of dandyism in Black fashion and Black culture, which is a part of this year's Met Gala theme. I've done a couple of videos about this before, but basically, like, dandyism is just honestly a very terrible term, like the rest of the terrible terms like a pickaninny or Jim Crow, or even our standard Uncle Tom trope that is based off a stereotype. And it started as early as Black people started being born free and not enslaved, or escaping from enslavement and becoming free and working to assimilate fashion wise into this is European society, or in our case, American society. Specifically like the antebellum South. And what happened was that a lot of times the African Americans that worked to assimilate into this white culture, they were made fun of. And a lot of times the men would wear like these crazy, ostentatious get-ups. And a perfect example of this would be Jamie Foxx in Django. When he first becomes free and he gets to pick his very first outfit, and it's like this outrageous, thing. But that is like the perfect example of what dandyism is. The response to it in the movie is a perfect response for how most white people dealt with it in society in that time and even after, and then went on, especially with the emergence of Jim Crow after the Reconstruction era. Why I think it was so powerful is literally by the line that Samuel L. Jackson said at the Super Bowl that ended in "We're too ghetto." That's quite literally the pinnacle of the importance of, to me, his outfit and its tie into dandyism, because there was nothing wrong with the audacious outfits that, and I use audacious loosely, that these recently enslaved people were wearing, other than the fact that they dared to wear it. But because they dared to wear it, they were ostracized because the style of the day was to be plain Jane. And you could argue that some groups of people wanted to be plain Jane because they lacked the confidence to pull off some of these other looks. That they lacked the confidence to veer off of mainstream. And because of that, they saw an inner confidence in another group of people and wanted to shun it because it didn't exist for them. And I think it's really funny when you parallel that sentiment with the rise of couture and luxury fashion at the rise of the 20th century. Because that's when the major fashion houses that we think of today came to be. You know, Gucci, Chanel, Dior came later, but Hermes, Prada, Louis Vuitton, all of those fashion houses really came about and started, maybe not explicitly in fashion right off the bat, but they started this time period. And how luxury fashion and couture has changed over time, we often see that it's really just, and I mean this not in a shady way, like which designer can be the most crazy conceptually, the most bold, think of the most undone things. And based off of who designed it, who wears it on the runway, and who purchases it afterwards and wears it in real time, it then becomes fashion that trickles down to the rest of us that we have to have. I did a video before about Chanel and specifically Karl Lagerfeld in the 90s and how he took inspiration from not only Dapper Dan but 90s Harlem hip hop culture and made the center of the connection of Chanel's collections in those years focus on that. And that culture, the bamboo, the baggy pants, the baseball caps, the chunky gold jewelry, the nails, all of that went from ghetto to couture. And it's really interesting when you think about that and you parallel it with dandyism and how a lot of times it's been said 101 times. I'm not at all the first person to say it. Black culture is imitated, but it's not appreciated. The whole undertone of it is you cannot let somebody else's lack of confidence or lack of vision in themselves keep you from being the person that you want to be. And that continues to resonate through Black culture and it continues to happen. And that's why people keep being imitated and oftentimes not credited for their work. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents. I've rambled enough for you guys today. If you want more information on dandyism or the new Met Gala theme for this year, I have other videos that you can find on YouTube and TikTok. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.